Good evening, this is your AI host, Jay. I'm here with the automatically generated, Journato, evening headlines on April 2, 2023. My country has fallen out of time. Russian author Mikhail Shishkin's letter to an unknown Ukrainian. LGBT, Ugandan refugees in Wales speak out on anti-gay bill. BBC, South Africa, protesters march in Cape Town and Pretoria against Uganda's anti-gay law, WION. WION, Uganda, gays desperately seek safety in face of harsh legislation. Africa News English, opinion, it's not just Uganda. Much of Africa is marching backward on LGBT rights. The Washington Post, South Africans protest Uganda's anti-LGBTQ law. Social media analyst Emily Hund, we can never know the truth behind an influencer's seeming authenticity. SNL skewers Trump over possible imprisonment, days after former president's indictment. The Independent, Saturday Night Live, Keenta Brunson leads one of season's best episodes. The Guardian, Saturday Night Live tackles the Trump indictment. The New York Times, SNL cold open tackles Trump's indictment. CNN, SNL ruthlessly mocks indicted Trump for not having money to pay for legal defense. Misery of Venezuelans stranded in Mexican city of fatal migrant fire. The Guardian, fatal fire complicates border cities' tensions with migrants. The Independent, migrant deaths in Mexico put spotlight on U.S. policy that shifted immigration enforcement south. The Conversation, Mexico president assigns blame elsewhere for migrant tragedy. Israeli airstrikes wound 5 Syrian soldiers, state media say. The Guardian, Israel attacks Syria's Homs, wounds 5 soldiers, ministry. Al Jazeera English, second IRGC member dies after Israeli airstrikes near Damascus. Middle East Eye, Israeli strikes in Syria's Homs province wound 5 soldiers. The Indian Express, Israel will answer for advisor's death in criminal strike, says Iran. French Minister Marlene Schiappa to appear on Playboy front cover. Trump indictment, live, Trump surges in poll against DeSantis as SNL skit skewers ex-president's indictment. The Independent, Trump indicted in New York, expected to be arraigned next week. Al Jazeera English, Trump prepares to surrender in New York as police brace for protests. The New York Times, Trump lawyer argues ex-president would not have been charged if he weren't running in 2024. Parisians vote on banning e-scooters from French capital. The Guardian, France referendum, Parisians vote on the future of e-scooters. Al Jazeera English, Paris votes on whether to ban rental e-scooters. Sky News, will Paris be the first major capital to get rid of electric scooters? El País USA, no more room for vroom. Paris votes on banishing e-scooters. Editors sign letter condemning unjust arrest of U.S. journalist in Russia. The Guardian, Evan Gershkovich, trapped in Russia, remembered by those who know him. The Times, inside the FSB prison where Evan Gershkovich will be kept in solitary confinement. The Telegraph, my friend Evan Gershkovich is no spy. Just a brave reporter jailed in Moscow, Pyotr Sauer. The Guardian, WSJ demands release of journalist detained in Russia. Cambridge student designs plastic windows for Ukraine homes. Pope Francis celebrates Palm Sunday Mass Day after leaving hospital. The Guardian, Im still alive jokes Pope as he leaves hospital. BBC News. BBC News, Pope Francis to lead Palm Sunday services day after leaving hospital. BBC, Pope Francis, 86, opens Mass in St. Peter's Square in his first ceremony since leaving hospital. Daily Mail, bundled up Pope leads Mass with hoarse voice after hospital trip. U.S. tornadoes, death toll grows as extreme storms ravage several states. BBC, at least 26 dead as tornadoes ravage parts of U.S. BBC News. BBC News, we said goodbye to each other. Survivors describe deadly supercell storm. ITV News. ITV News, U.S. tornadoes, cleanup begins after at least 26 killed in monster storm. Euronews, at least 26 dead as storm unleashes devastating tornadoes across the U.S. This was all for the news. Thanks for listening. Please do not forget to like and subscribe.